Hi, Grandma.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great.
Listen, I've been reading through my comments and people are wondering, where's Grandma? So, do you want to assure them that you're just perfectly fine?
Oh,
Or
I'm great.
maybe you want to throw a bottle in the ocean and have somebody come rescue you?
Hey, that'd be fun.
That would be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Do you remember that trip to Hawaii when you and I spent
yes.
every single... You want to tell the story?
Well, we'd sit every morning out there on our butts in the surf and just vegetate. It was wonderful.
That is right. Grandma and I went to my brother's wedding. This was some years ago in Hawaii. And the rest of the family would sleep in, but Grandma and I would get up at the crack of dawn. We'd hike down to the ocean and we'd plop ourselves into the surf. And then Grandma
Yes.
and I would tell all of our secrets for what, a good hour, hour and a half?
Oh, I'm a Jeff.
Then we'd get out of the ocean and we'd head back and we'd have the best day ever.
Oh,
right?
yes. Fabulous.
Yeah. Grandma and I have a very long history of having beautiful days together. Is that right?
That would be correct.
That would be correct. Now, I have known Grandma
Years.
my whole life, I'm
Yeah,
thinking, but
yeah.
my first memories are when I was about 3 or 4, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah. And I have always loved Grandma Charlene. And in fact, if you ask any of my extended family members who their favorite person is in the family, it's always going to be Charlene.
Oh my gosh.
All the cousins, everybody. So one thing I'll share with you guys is a little story about Grandma. Grandma had a little... I don't know if you'd call it a farm or a ranch up in Myrtle Point, Oregon. And every summer, all of the cousins would go and spend 2 weeks with her and Grandpa on her farm. And Grandma is a no-nonsense, take no prisoners, and eat the stinking wounded. So she would, I don't know if she did it every time or she only had to do it once. Grandma would, we knew where we could go and where we couldn't go on her property. And we knew what we could and couldn't do. And we used to get up in the morning, eat breakfast, help Grandma with the dishes, and then whatever chore was necessary on the property on that day. So sometimes we might go move livestock. Someday we might be moving sprinklers. Maybe we're helping to clean house or something. It was never crazy. And then once that was done, we could run like mad on the property. And we did. We wore ourselves out. We had the best time ever. Then we'd come in around supper time and help Grandma set the table and get food on the table. And then we'd do the dishes afterwards. And then we'd probably go outside and play again. So one time, and I'm not talking about the summers, but for a short period of time, I lived with Grandma in her house. And she had these fruit trees, I think. Do you remember this story, Grandma?
Not right.
She had some fruit trees in her yard, and the rule was that when I go in and out of the yard, I close this great big gate. I was about 9. I'm pretty sure I was 9. And one day I came home from school on the school bus, and my mom met me at the gate, and she said, "Oh, you are in some trouble, and you need to go see Charlene." And I said, "Okay." And I took my 9-year-old self to go see Charlene, and Charlene said, "You left the gate open, and the goats got into the yard and ate my fruit tree, and I'm pretty unhappy about that."
Oh dear, yes, I can remember.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That is unacceptable behavior.
You're right.
Then Grandma said to me, "You have 2 choices. You can do the dishes for X amount of time," and I don't remember how long it was, maybe like a 2-week period, "or you can go out to the barn and you can scoop goat marbles." Do you remember that?
That sounds like what would happen.
That was so perfect. So I took my 9-year-old self out to that big old barn. I think it took me a couple of days. And I scooped goat marbles. And yes, it was a consequence of my actions. And I never left that gate open again. I might have done other wrong things from time to time, but never the gate. And it's just that fabulous memory of my 9-year-old self with a great big old shovel just pushing marbles down the poop chute in that great big old barn. I loved it. I loved it. So that's one little story about Grandma. She's always been perfectly no nonsense. She doesn't fuss about if she's got something to say, she's going to say it. People, if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. All right? Okay. So Grandma, are you doing okay tonight?
Oh, yeah, doing wonderful.
All right. You're all kind of bundled up in your little room. Life is treating you okay?
Right.
Okay. So where are the monsters? Are they in here to see you?
Well, they were, but then
I hear them, but I don't see them.
they
Come on, babies. Come.
They circulate.
You gonna come see Grandma?
Chick, 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 chick.
There they are.
Here they come.
Here they are. Oh, come see Grandma.
Aren't they cute?
Come see Grandma, you monsters.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are so precious.
Grandma's got some mealyworms up on her desk, and she drops them down there and feeds it to them, and they come in. I do have to remove them from the room if Grandma's eating in her room because they've discovered that when she eats, they can eat, and Grandma needs to eat in peace and quiet. If she's eating in here, a lot of times I eat in here with her. A lot of times she comes out and eats with me in the other part of the house. It just depends on what she wants to do. So, Grandma, it looks like there are mealyworms on the floor. They just didn't find them earlier.
Right, definitely.
Oh, you boo-boos. Daddy's coming home in 8 days. So
Oh,
you
yes.
enjoy life underneath Grandma's table until then. And you guys can see it's not attractive, but I lay down carpet protection, and then I go through with my wipies and I pick up periodically, many times a day,